Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. I do hope you're well. We're back in Poppyfields and we are going to be doing some more work out the back of our entrance building here. So this is something I just started in the last episode. I hope you get the idea of what I'm trying to do here, even though it's not there yet and I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to persevere. What I'm trying to do is just create the look of a kind of a rocky hillside like this, where the rocks are really inside the ground here, you know. But it's really hard to do it close to a pathway because you can't have the you can't manipulate the land so close, unfortunately. Wow, this isn't looking too smart along here, is it? That's looking very odd indeed. Come on, let's get rid of these weird lumps. It's not the end of the world because I can do a bit of work along the bottom there. I do want the top to be a bit hidden if I can, which is really hard. Yeah, because it's just going to do that. Okay. Well, I definitely need the ends hidden. That's a no-brainer. I need the ends to be lost in amongst the earth. No, that one is still not quite there. Just push that back a touch more. I know this seems like an awful lot of effort going in for a very small area, but that's kind of what I want to try and do more of in this too. It's just, you know, get these fun little I don't know, it's a little bit of whimsy for me, really, this sort of thing. It doesn't really add to the zoo as such. It doesn't achieve much, but it's just something to try, something to do, something that's a little bit different. Yeah, I can't get this bottom bit looking flat at all. Let's. Oh, here we go. That's a better way of doing it. Nice. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Just trying to make the land look natural. It's not easy. There we go. Good. So what can I do along the top? Let's have a look. Let's come in here. So what I was thinking along the top was bits like this. So it looks nice and overgrown. Various bits like this growing, kind of filling the gaps. Get some of the different coloured bits as well. Again, this might just not work. I just don't know. It's going to have to be thick because I've got to make sure all of this is covered completely, because you can't hide those gaps. Let's get some of the other ones in as well. There's some nice different grasses I can use here. What's this one at the end? That's just a small grass. No, let's stick with these ones. Then let's get back to a yellow one. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I feel like it's starting to look more like how I imagined it. And then there'll be some, I think, probably some other bushes behind it. And one or two in front, I would say, as well, probably, that have just kind of seeded themselves down here. Something like that. Let's get a good old stinging nettle in as well. Maybe just over here. Okay, I think it's starting to look more like I imagined now. Not sure that I can get something through there, but I'm going to try. Let's worry about this first. Actually, no. Let's see if I can get a little pathway coming in here, a little backstage pathway. So what I'm hoping you can do is have these little backstage areas and put a curb in place so that the guests don't walk there. That's kind of what I'm hoping you can achieve. That's not perfect because we've got the hill kind of blending there, but I'm going to do some other hedging. I will tell you what, that stuff that I used out the front actually might look good. The wild hedgerow up behind here, and it kind of creates a nice backdrop, I reckon, to whatever's behind here, which in this case I think will probably be a backstage area. Now, how do I do the end? What have we got? We've got a slightly smaller bit like that, and we have got little individual ones that I can kind of bring down. And bring it in like that. Nope, that doesn't look good. Let's get rid of those bits on the end. Let's just do it to there. I think I probably do want it here. I think probably just angled a bit like this. And coming down, kind of matching into this pathway. And then let's just square it off a little bit here. Excellent. Okay, good. That's a nice start. And then we definitely need a few bits down on the base here. I've got an idea what I want to do with the actual wall itself as well. Just not sure if that's going to work yet, but now do I want a little bit of this kind of disguising the hill here a bit? I think I do. Let's get another little bit down below here. That looks good, and then maybe something similar kind of at this side over here. Yeah, kind of creating a little bushy end piece here. That looks nice. Right, so the thing I was thinking of with the wall, is there, no, it's not called moss. What's it called? I don't know if this will work. I mean, we've got these panels, but I don't think these are quite what I want. I think actually all I want is the plain green versions. And I just wonder if this works. If it works, this is going to look great. As you push this in, yeah, look, you can kind of just get bits of moss, or what is supposed to be moss. You know, and just give that little feel of bits of moss growing on the rocks. And just mix up the patterning a bit, just like that. You really don't need a lot, because that will look, it will look over the top very quickly, I think, if you do too much. unfortunately you end up sort of duplicating the pattern because of how much you sink it in. It's very hard not to. There we go, that's a nice bit. And then let's flip it. Let's bring it out a bit more like that, and then just one more bit, I think, over here. I think what I need to do here is try and blend a couple of bits together to try and, there we go, create a new bit of moss patterning. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. I feel like I do need something along the edge of the pathways. I don't like where these pathways blend like this. I don't think that looks very good at all. I'll tell you what I might do is come out here and use these stones, because I think this little pattern of stones that I made works really well. And I won't use them everywhere because that will look over the top, but I think continuing a bit of a pattern inside the zoo here, I think will work. And they can literally just, I think, probably just go up to this end bit here. Just in front of the wall there, just creating that nice little edge. Cool, I like that a lot. So what backstage stuff did I need? I've got a staff room in there. I'm probably going to need a keeper hut back here. And I did put most of the other bits in here as well, didn't I? I've got a vet, an engineer. Oh, I've got 2 vets there. That's interesting. 3. Oh, hang on. What have I done here? Why have I got 3 vets? I did not mean to do that, did I? Do you know what? Someone pointed out, I think it was, I think Christy on the comments pointed out something like this being the 3 vet building, and I did not understand your comment, I'm afraid. But now it makes sense. It's because I've been an idiot and put 3 vets in there. What did I mean to put in there? I probably meant to put a trade centre in there. Hang on, what's this one? That's the trade centre. That's the vets. I probably meant to do a quarantine, didn't I? Let's do a quarantine instead of that. Oh, hang on, let's add it onto the grid. Oh, that's actually quite big. Let's do a small one. There we go. Now, why on earth is there another one here? What did I mean to put down? Not a keeper hut. We've got the vets, research, staff, workshop, trade centre. Yeah, we don't need anything else, so actually I can just get rid of that completely because that is not needed. Yeah, interesting that. I'm not sure exactly what I was thinking of there. I was going to do toilets just here, wasn't I? Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. But we do need a keeper hut over here, so let's do that. We're going to do big keeper huts in this zoo. There we go. Look at that. Links in already. Perfect. So the idea is stuff like that is kind of tucked away. You know, you can't really see what's going on, which I kind of like. And I guess the backstage areas will be slightly less decorated than this main bit. Just while I'm thinking about it, I think a couple of benches here would look nice. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. So yeah, what do we do back here? I don't know if the zoo will come into this at all. I probably will, and I'll probably have some animals here that have sort of fields in this area. So horses, you know, cattle, antelope, maybe something like that. So you end up with this sort of big area here, which is just going to be sort of a fairly open field. It might even be like a backstage field area for the animals, something like that. I'm not sure yet. But yeah. So that's your staff building. What do I want to do with this? How do I want to decorate stuff like this? These don't need to be complicated. In fact, I think what I'll do is create a kind of a shell that I can then use elsewhere. I think makes sense, because things like these staff buildings, they would maybe look fairly similar, I guess. I quite like the idea of using this stonework. I would usually do these things in wood, but I do want to try different things, and I do like this stonework. I think that looks really nice. I think it lends itself to good detailing as well. So let's see. Roof wise, what wooden roofs have we got? That doesn't quite work for me. Maybe a clay. Not that. I do like the thatch actually, although it's all off grid, the thatch, which makes it a bit tricky. What have we got thatch wise here? These are all huge ones. We've got actually, yeah, this is quite nice thatch. I like the idea actually of having it with a bit of an overhang at the front. Let's have a look. If I change the grid size, so you can have this yeah, it doesn't quite work. I think I'll have to have an overhang at the back as well. Nor does that, not sure that looks right either. Or do I just have a bigger overhang at the front? No, it doesn't look right, does it? But there's no way I can... Hang on, what's it look like from here? So you end up with this, just this tiny little bit here. I'm just thinking, let's... Hang on, let's just change the height. Sorry, not sure what I'm doing here. I know roughly what I want it to look like, and I just don't quite know how to get it there. What off-grid pieces are there actually? Just wondering. Can I fill in? Let's have a look. Let's take that back down. So we've got that. Can these bits fill these gaps? I don't know if they can. I can certainly have a look at it though. Not sure I like this little bit that sticks out the bottom here. Okay, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Although the top obviously doesn't look quite right. Okay, I'm persevering. No, it just doesn't work, does it? Okay. Do you know what? I may not be able to have a little overhang. But then it just doesn't look. No, it looks boring like that, doesn't it? I definitely want an overhang. Okay, hang on, how about this? There's that, and then we've got... They're just such big pieces. Hang on, where's the grid size? Let's get the grid size down so I can get that in the middle. Oh, whoops, hang on. Okay, actually, there we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Then you end up with like a little ridge bit at the top, which I can get away with because you can't see the end. So actually, that I think is usable. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Hard work sometimes, this, when you're trying to be creative. It's not always easy. So I'm going to need one of these pieces, if I can get it in the right place. And hopefully this doesn't poke through at the top. Ah, of course it does. That'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Okay, again, I need to, if I do that, and then let's line it up and then just bring it. No, wow, that grid height is not happy, is it? Because what I didn't want to do was have to split this off, because I want to use this as a blueprint, but you can do it in such a way. I don't think that's going to work anyway, is it? No, it's not. Wow, do you know what? This whole building is working out to be much more complicated than I thought. I may have to rethink this a bit, because it's just not happening, is it? Oh, the joys of trying to be creative. I mean, it needs more anyway. It needs more of this around the top in some way. It needs the thatch edging, doesn't it? Where has it actually got proper thatch edging pieces like this? Yes. So that's, I don't know which one of these I need. Okay, it's that one that I need. I wonder actually if I can get away with that. What does that look like at the front here? No, see, it's still... I think I'm overcomplicating this, aren't I? I'm sorry, this is like 10 minutes of this video of me just making mistakes. Whoops, I've highlighted the wrong thing there. Right, let's just get this sorted out again. Okay. Right, let's just come right out and have a look at that. And do you know what, actually, once you've got the trim on the outside, that looks fine like it is, because you end up with a bit of an overhang anyway. So I think, yeah, I think that was a classic case of me trying to do something more complicated than it needed to be. Apologies. Let's just see though, I'm just going to try something else now. It's just what you want. Wow, no, that's just... I like the idea of having a little bit over the doorway like that as an extra bit. Yeah, see, I think that actually that looks all right. I think once I detail it more, I think that will look okay. Good. Okay, right. Let's move on, shall we? Let's. Unfortunately, you know, you are going to get stuff like that, I'm afraid, on this video, because it's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be creative. I'm trying to come up with new ideas and do things that I haven't done before, and it doesn't always work. So you know, and I don't edit these videos. I show you everything. I show you the good stuff and the bad stuff, and that is just how I do it, I'm afraid. So hopefully you're okay with that. Now, do I want a wooden beam there? I'm bored of using these same wooden beams, actually. There's got to be some different ones I can use. Oh no, that's a good piece. There's got to be some other stuff that I can use here instead of the same boring wooden pieces. What do we got here? Ooh, I do like stuff like this. I'm not sure if that's going to work as a corner piece. Although, I don't know, it might do actually. Let's have a look. If I take it right to the edge, and then snap it round. Let's see if this actually looks half decent as a corner piece. I don't mind actually. Let's just see. Just wondering if that goes kind of halfway. Does anything work like this on the corner? Let's have a look. Don't know. That looks a bit too fancy, doesn't it? I quite like that on that corner. I don't think it'll work here because of this, but I think maybe on the other three corners this could look pretty good. I might overlap the window. Okay, we're a little bit off the corner there. But do you know what? I do like that. I think that does look nice. Just going to make sure that's actually attached to the wall. It's not. Let's just take that in. I do like that. And you know what? If I have to lose the windows, I'm really not too bothered about that. I do like how this looks, so I may just go with it anyway. Hang on, that needs to go like that. Let's take it in. Try and line it up. Nice. Okay, so let's just get rid of them. And let's just make that plain. Now, unfortunately, you do end up with these annoying bits like this, which I absolutely hate. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to be clever here, hopefully. Sometimes I can be. Oh look, you've got it at the front here as well. So what I'm thinking is if I can just get that in line. So this beam here is in line with that. Let's just make sure that's okay at the top. It is, good. Then what I can do, I can just bring this sideways, sink it down and just have an extra at the bottom here. Oh, hang on, oh, typical. The top one is a thin one, which looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Having a thin one. I wanted to match that up. Hold on a second. Have we got other ones? No, the top and the bottom are all thin, which is not what I wanted. That's annoying. Look, they're all the same. Thin on the outside. That's not what I wanted. Oh, that's frustrating. I don't think it's gonna. I didn't want to double it up. I didn't want it that much. Although, I don't know actually, that doesn't look too bad. I won't do it on the sides, but I might be able to get away with that. Just so that I can get these things covered up. think here I probably do need to cover the whole thing. Oh, it's very tricky that. I want them sort of touching but not overlapping, but actually that's pretty interesting actually. I don't mind that. I think that looks quite interesting. We're getting somewhere with this. I'll do something different down this side. But yeah, as a building, actually, I think this is starting to look half decent now. I think once I add a few more details to it, I think it will look good. We'll get there. We'll get there. That'll be our little staff building sort of template that we can use elsewhere as well. But yeah, there we go. That's going to do it for this episode. I really like this bit, actually. I think that's worked out quite nice. And then we'll have our first habitat, maybe just in here. In my next episode, I'm going to talk about my sort of philosophy and my building in this zoo and what it's going to be like, because it is going to be a bit different to my other zoos. But that's going to wait because I've run out of time now, so that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know what you think. Do you like my little curved bank here? My little introduction into the zoo as you walk in. I quite like that. I like that you don't immediately walk straight into an animal on the left there. You sort of will here, but yeah, this is just something a bit different. This is just something that I wanted to do, and I think that's turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think if you want to leave a comment down below, and if you want to support the channel and if you like the episode, please do hit the like button because that really helps me out. And as always, if you've got any thoughts or suggestions, please do leave a comment. And of course, as always, thank you very much for your kind support. I really do appreciate it. And until the next time, do take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.